Hi, friends. This is going to be a very chatty one, and I need you to stick with me from beginning to end because I need a lot of help. So, I'm trying to get organized about my 2026 planner situation, and I'm in a conundrum. So, this past year, I started using the Paper Republic Excel weekly planner with notes, and I have used this system for most of the year, and honestly, it has worked 95% of the time. It's been perfect for me. This is what I do on a typical week. I have, I split my page in two sections: my company, my work, my work to-do list goes on this side, and then on the right side, I write my personal to-do items. And then this is like kind of like my running to-do list, and as new things come up, I just add them to this list. And then I go day by day and kind of slot things in. So on the left side are my work things, and then on the right side are my personal things. As you can see, most weeks look kind of like this. It's not. Some weeks get a little bit crazier, and I kind of love when when it gets a little bit messy, but also it doesn't have to be. Um, I love this layout, weeks with notes. Um, I used to draw this little habit tracker here. I'm just mostly um, tracking whether I'm taking my supplements, whether I move, and then whether I'm currently doing a no buy challenge. So I'm tracking that. Since I got my little date stamp, I stamp it at the beginning of the week. I did that yesterday. It was a Sunday, and then I do my little tracking. So I've taken my supplements, and it's almost the end of the day, so I can check this off. Anyway, this is how I do this. Um, I think that this is an amazing. Oh, the other thing that I love about it is that it falls flat, and this is just happens to be the middle of the planner, but even on these random pages, like it falls flat, and I love being able to write like this. The only thing I don't like about it is that this planner doesn't have a good monthly layout. The one that it comes with is this one, and it has horizontally the days of the month, and it's good. Like, this is fine for tracking birthdays, for example, tracking my period, but I actually don't love it because it doesn't show the day of the week in this layout. I personally prefer kind of this type of layout. Okay, so this is my way of hacking this. I got these stickers from their monthly calendar stickers, and I got these from Daiso. So I was trying to figure out if maybe I can start using these and then kind of like stick them at the end of the previous month. So this is like, I'm going into the last week of October. Maybe I can just like put November right here. And that's going to be my monthly view for the next month. I want to see this for just like travel, kind of vacation planning at a glance. I want to be able to plan my Substack posts in a way, and this feels really small now because there's more that I'm trying to do with this page. In my ideal world, this planner would have a proper like 2-page monthly spread, either at the beginning of the notebook or somewhere between the different between the months within the notebook. So I was talking to my friend Nikki about this, and she said that, well, maybe you should try a plotter system or like Filofax system, so that I can kind of essentially create my own structure of a notebook exactly the way that I love it. And to test this out, I got this is the Plotter Mini, and I just got the memo pad refill. This is a drawing from my kid. And I've been using this to just bring with me on the go and just like write things down. Then I tear the sheet and then I can basically use my washi tape to stick the page in whichever notebook this needs to go. And this was just to kind of see if I like the object itself, to see how I feel about the paper, and then also see if I actually bother to do something with the loose leaf papers. So I've loved this one the way that I have been using it. So as a next step, I ended up getting, again on Nikki's advice, because I do everything that she tells me to do, I got a cheap Amazon A5 6 ring binder just to see if I like the idea of a binder system. This was like $10. And I got the planner refills from Plotter that I was hoping to get. Again, I'm being a little bit wasteful here, I understand, but the only reason I'm hesitating, I think, is because the Plotter binder is just so expensive. But here's what I'm finding. I kind of love these inserts. Okay. This is what the monthly layout looks like. Exactly what I was describing. I have all this space, so if I'm trying to actually plan at a monthly level, I have plenty of space to do that. And then I have my weekly spreads that are essentially, identical to what I'm used to from my Paper Republic planner. So the other thing that I truly just obsessed with is this paper, which reminds me, it's a little bit heavier, more substantial than the Hobonichi paper, but it's very similar in quality. It feels so gorgeous to me. The tiny grids with these little red lines, honestly, I just die. Obsessed. So now I'm like, okay, this is amazing. But then I open it up and I can't write like this. This is too much. I don't like this. So I have questions for people who have kind of transitioned from this like flat notebook types to these ring systems. Like, am I not liking this because this is just like a cheap, thick, giant binder? And do you think that like when I get like my really thin, like I love how minimal this is, and when I open this notebook, it lays pretty flat, and even though the rings are here, they're not in the way in the same way that these ones are. So I guess my question is, if I get the Plotter planner in A5, is it still going to feel so inobtrusive, or is it gonna be in the way like this one? So that's my question number one. And then if you think that this, like the rings are just gonna bother me, even in the Plotter, can you recommend to me a monthly, maybe I think I want a monthly insert, like a very simple, thin monthly insert that can go into my Paper Republic Excel notebook, alongside, so something similar to this one, the size of this thin notebook, but in monthly calendar form. Because I think that maybe that's a way to kind of compromise for me and just create my own weekly and then monthly view. I know life is so difficult for people who care about planners, but maybe you guys can help me. All right, don't look at my work list. I actually need to be just doing some work. Let me know. Thanks, you guys.